between us. We'll teach you how to paint by numbers. You follow the number to the paint that is assigned that number, and then you fill it in. So this week, I thought we would talk about what to do when someone doesn't like you.
Yeah, so how do you know someone doesn't like you? Is it that they say, hey, I don't like you? Or is it that you're getting the vibe that they don't like you?
Vibes.
The vibe is that they don't like you. And what are they doing to indicate they don't like you?
Well, so when someone doesn't laugh at my jokes...
Ooh, that's a rough one.
I assume they don't like me. But another thing I've had to learn as an adult is oftentimes when I'm interacting with someone and I'm like, oh no, they don't seem to like me, what I'm really responding to is that I don't like them.
Yes. That was game-changing when you told me that.
Right? Like, yeah. Sometimes it'll be like, well, I'm having a bad time here because we're not jiving. And it's like, I should try to, like, get this better. But it's like, no, this person is just kind of a dud to me.
I don't understand being a dud. I'm, trying to give the person I'm hanging out with the best possible time. Mm-hmm. And then I'm not getting anything back.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess people are awkward and stuff. Not even awkward. It's not awkward. I was like hanging out with someone and they just were like, they don't ask me any questions back. They don't laugh at my jokes. They don't have any kind of like reaction to anything. Yes. But not more than that. Even me, I know that if someone says, oh, what do you do for work? Or if I say, what do you do for work? They answer. Then you say, what do you do for work? Mm-hmm. Like you say that,
to give it a take.
Don't you think after like a certain amount of time sitting there that you would go, oh, I've answered a lot of questions and I have not asked a question back. When they leave that encounter, do they go in their car and they go, I learned so much about that person?
I don't.
They should take a quiz. They should take a quiz after an interaction with someone. And I'm saying this, so it's real. After you interact with someone, you should have to go to your car and take an immediate 5-question quiz about them.
Okay. Well, you have different types of interactions. There's some interactions where you're like not sharing personal information, and then there's some where you do, and there's some where you're just like talking business or just talking about a mutual friend.
The quiz will be about what you talked about. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not going to start asking you like, mom's maiden name.
Right.
But if you were just having a full conversation and you told them everything about where you worked, then you should get in the car and have to answer questions about where they work. And yeah, I'm autistic, and I still think that should be the situation. You know what it is? It's resentment. Because I'm like, I had to work so hard to do all of this and mask in society. And you're just out here, what?
That's how I feel about people who aren't friendly. I know that I'm not supposed to care, and I know that it's not anyone's responsibility to be friendly. But I like when people are friendly.
Like, do you think it is because you're just like, I have put in so much effort to be friendly. How dare you not be friendly back?
I don't know. I think it's just like, for me, when I'm being friendly, I'm enjoying interactions more. I'm enjoying the day more. I'm more present. I'm more connected to the community. I'm more like I enjoy the energy that I'm giving out. And so maybe for other people, being friendly is draining and they don't like being friendly. And so they don't do it because it's worse for them to be friendly. Mm. And that I would understand. And I'm very, very uncomfortable with silence. Mm. I have to get more comfortable. Like, I feel like I am failing if there is silence in a conversation that I'm having.
No.
Some people are just like okay with silence.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. There's a difference between silence and like giving someone nothing. Like, if you're just quiet, that's not like a bad thing. But if someone's like trying and you're just not giving anything, then it's kind of on you to say, I would like some quiet. Like, you can't just let them keep throwing a fish and not catching a fish. Like, you're leaving them in pain out there.
So at a party, if you're talking to someone, you suggest saying, I would like some quiet?
If you're going to be weird and make someone feel bad about themselves, then yeah. Like, this is my thing, is that like, I cannot think of a world in which I would go out into the world and actively make people feel bad about themselves. I just wouldn't do it. Even if someone's like at a party and they're like not that funny, but they're not offensive, I'll give them a little something. Like, come on. Like, yeah. I feel like it's like, I don't know. Or if you're going to take the hardline stance, then take the hardline stance. Sit on your throne of quiet.
this conversation has quickly become things we don't like in other people.
Oh,
but how do we deal with when people don't like us?
Sorry.
I think for me, it's just like,
you and I are just like, hey, be interesting or get the fuck out.
I think for me, it's just like recognizing that like I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
And that like in the same way with like dating, there will just be like interactions where like we're just not vibing.
Yeah.
Like I had a meeting, some of my meetings, and like it sucks also on Zoom, like it's difficult.
Yeah.
But like some of these meetings, within like 2 seconds, you're like, oh, I know that I will be able to like have a normal, nice conversation with this person for an hour. Whether or not it leads to any work, it never does. But you know, like we are, there is some spark between us.
Yeah.
And then I had a meeting where I was like, oh, like what I'm putting out there, these people are not. They're not lapping it up.
Yeah, they don't want it.
Almost to the point where I was like, why are we even having this meeting?
Yup.
So I think that like maybe a younger version of me would have been like, should I have behaved differently in that meeting?
Yeah.
And I think like that's the real thing, is like not letting other people's opinion of you, if you haven't done anything wrong or hurtful or mean, change how you behave.
Yeah.
Because like there's no way to behave that everyone will like you anyway.
Yeah.
So you should just behave the way that like you like to behave and feels true to you, and then like you just, not liking someone doesn't mean that they like hate you or wish you harm. It just means that you best just like might not click. The
background on my phone literally says, stop trying to be liked by everybody. You don't even like everybody. That's like, I saw that and I was like, because you're not going to be for everyone. And that's like, that would be very twisty and bad if you were for everyone. Like for me, I'm still learning how to not, in romantic relationships, twist myself to be like, I got to make them like me, or if they don't like me, I failed, or trying to create perfect conditions where this person likes me all the time. And you just can't do that. And then, you know, there's the idea of like, oh, I failed because I didn't make this person like me all the time. But like, I'm like, well, there'll be someone out there who they like me more of the time. You know?
Or it's like sometimes they're annoying too. Like that's how I feel like whenever I know I'm annoying John, I'm like, well, whatever, he annoys me too, and I still love him and I'm married to him. Like,
I know. I have to get into that mindset. But
everyone I love the most in the world has annoyed me many, many times.
Yeah.
But that doesn't like outweigh how much I love and like being around them.
Yeah, that's true. It's interesting. It depends on who doesn't like you. Like sometimes like the worst for me has been being disliked by people that I otherwise agree with and respect.
Yeah.
Versus like whenever I've been in trouble with like Republicans, I'm sort of like, fine. Okay, whatever. Someone comes to bad with money and is like, this show didn't make me rich. I'm like, it wasn't trying to. So in that way, it's accurate. This person's like a feminist, like trans activist, blah, 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 liberal. And I'm like, you nailed it.
I think another thing for me is like realizing that just because like someone likes you in the moment doesn't mean they like want to be real friends with you. Like there's this one friend of a friend who is always so excited to see me, so lovely, like acts like she really cares about me, never wants to hang out. Like the times that I've like tried to like build an actual friendship with her, it's like a no-go. And I just have to be like, okay, like she likes me, but not to the extent that I like her, wherein I wanted to have a real friendship.
Yeah.
Or she doesn't have the space in her life for a friendship or like whatever. But it is like, you know, what do you do when like the amount that someone likes you doesn't like line up with their actions?
Yeah. I don't know.
But I had to just like learn that. I had to be like, I get to see her. She's going to act like it's the best thing ever to see me. And then I won't hear from her for 6 months until we're at another group hang.
Yeah. Do you think she does that to everyone?
I have no idea.
Maybe she's a people pleaser in the moment, you know?
No, I think that she likes me. I'm like a good person to see at a group gathering. You know, like there are those people where you're like, this is who I want to talk to at this party.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they're like your best friend.
Got it. Yeah.
Or that you're going to put in the time to like create and nurture like a true friendship.
This is again turning things, but like I'm always so curious about what makes someone last. Like I hang out with people or get a drink or get coffee with different people all the time. Like I'm constantly meeting people. What makes it that I feel okay? You know, like my friend Harrison, who's a new friend, I didn't know him like a month ago. And now I'm like, Do you want to hang out? Like I like it. That feels. What
I
makes
think
that
it's
happen?
reciprocal when there's like a reciprocity on forming the friendship.
You think?
Where like when both people are open and active and making it a thing.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'll get like I'll also get like kind of startled sometimes to be like I've known Leland for like a year, maybe a year and a half, and I see that man all the time. Like what? How did that happen? How did he
Because he
stick?
made space for you and you made
Yeah.
space for him.
How did he
But some
stick and
people
other
don't
people
do
don't?
that.
I
They don't
know.
make the space or the time.
I know. It's so interesting. You'll hang out with someone once and then you'll be like, we'll get coffee again, and you don't. And then the other person is just like suddenly they're at your house all the time.
Because they showed up.
Because they showed up. I'm just so curious what makes people click.
I think it's like you like them enough to follow through.
Yeah.
And it's mutual.
Or you think sometimes it's just people slot in and they feel comfortable immediately. Like they feel like, I don't know how you get to that level. I don't know why or what about the person. I guess it's like describing like dating too, but where it just suddenly, you're just like, yep.
You have chemistry.
Yeah, you have chemistry, friend chemistry.
I have chemistry with Fanty.
Oh my God.
Fanty is my most trusted confidant.
He can't talk.
That's why.
Wow, what a good life he leads.
I hope so. I mean, he has a chronic condition that causes him horrible pain every day, but other than that.
But he has you. You're kind of repeating your family cycle. Like your mom took care of you with your chronic condition that caused you pain every day. Now you give back to a little dog who has the same thing.
But it's just physical pain.
Hey, mental illness is physical.
Okay.